Hello, 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 everyone. It is Monday Mindset Mentor. I am here live. And my goodness, what an incredible day to be coming in and sharing some information with you guys today. We have just kicked off the success solution. If you're in it, you will know about it. We've just had an incredible first day talking about the science of you. So if you are a part of Success Solution and you're in here as well inside the Dynamite effect, let us know, comment below, tell us what was day one all like for you. If you haven't joined, then you're not too late. Definitely not. We've only started today. We've only done one session. There's another 2 sessions today and there's more all week and all sorts of great stuff. So my advice would be get your VIP ticket right now. Even if you cannot attend the sessions this week, you will get a replay if you're VIP. So make sure you go for that option. Now, what did we cover today? I thought, what will I talk about inside the Dynamite effect on Monday Mindset Mentor? And I thought, well, we'll keep to the theme. And that is, did you realize that you are the solution to all of your problems, all of your successes? You are the creator of your reality. And there's nothing more that I love to talk about and share with people. That is why I love being a high performance mentor, because we understand the science to you. That's what we were teaching today inside the success solution. We were talking about attitude and that famous quote, your attitude to life will be life's attitude to you. Now, it is not new information that we're going through a time in this world, a time in this livingness that is difficult, that there are struggles, that there are difficulties, and yet there's also abundance, there's also prosperity, there's also joy, there's also healing. There is always, if there's a lot of pain, then there must be a lot of pleasure. Everything in this universe has a polar opposite. And really what we were explaining today is what you give energy to will grow. Any subject, anything at all that you do not give energy to will die and disappear. So based on that science, you've really got to stop and ask yourself, what am I giving conscious attention to? What am I giving energy to? Because whilst we're living in a world that is going through very challenging times, and you could get very caught up in that, and I'm not saying not to look at it, I'm saying let's think about how can I contribute to helping others? How can I contribute to helping the world? And it all comes back down to one word, attitude. Attitude is the composite of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Your attitude, because I explained this today, I never heard of the word attitude. I didn't really understand it. The only time I ever heard about attitude was when my dad was saying something like, you have a bad attitude. All right, clearly I did. And the reason that I didn't ever understand this word is because, well, nobody taught me it. Nobody taught me that my attitude to life was going to be life's attitude to me. Meaning, whatever I put out, whatever I project, whether that's in my thoughts, my feelings, my actions, it's going to come right back to me. So if you're thinking about today, what can I do differently today? What can I do differently this week? Because it's a new day. It's a new week. And it's new opportunities. And no matter how difficult things may seem, we can always find peace, clarity, love, joy, abundance if we give attention to the right things. And if you want love, abundance, joy, clarity, peace, then guess what? You've got to focus on joy, clarity, abundance, and peace. You cannot think about lack and receive or attract abundance. You cannot think of anything in a negative manner and expect to get a positive outcome. That is basic science. I can't change it. I didn't invent it. Bob Proctor didn't invent it. It is the laws in which we operate within this universe. And whether that's new or old to you, that's how it is. So really one of the other things that we talked about today, and I think it's a great question, and that is, if I was to like meet you in the street and I was to say to you, okay, who are you? If you're not your name, you're not your body, you're not your title, you're not mom or dad, you're not, an accountant or a lawyer or, salesperson. If you were to strip all the titles away, who are you? Now, this is a question I am constantly asking myself, and I'm constantly asking other people. And you might wonder, oh, why do you ask yourself that, Kim? You should know who you are. Well, I do know who I am now, but what you've got to realize is there's no end. Who I was yesterday, who I was last week, who I was last year is going to be different every single day, because we have a point of attraction. Your attitude, the best way I've always explained it is your attitude is the energy you give off, okay? It's the thoughts you have, the feelings you have, the actions you have, all together. That's the energy we're giving off into the world. And of course, around any given subject, let's say it's sales or it's business or it's relationships, whatever it may be, or it may be health or it may be money, we've got to think good thoughts about it. We've got to feel good about it, and then we got to take actions. Actions being acting in the faith that you are going to get that result. So you can't have the right thoughts, then doubt internally, and then, take an action and get the response that you want. Everything has to be in alignment. I don't know about you, but I always remember playing a wee game called Connect 4 as a child. And you had to get all the colors in a line to win. And it's the exact same. You got to have the thoughts, the feelings, and the actions in alignment if you're going to win in life. And in order to do that, you got to know who you are, because a lot of people do not know. So that's the question I would ask you today on this beautiful Monday. Who are you? Now, here's the thing. If you cannot answer that, do not be afraid, okay? I would expect you not to be able to answer that if you've never done any of this work before. But then the question is, do you want to find out? Do you want to do what it takes to actually discover why you're here, what your purpose is, and live life to the absolute max? You see, you could get very easily caught up that everything's kind of going, but it doesn't have to be that way. And I actually think it's our duty, especially if you're inside this group, then you're obviously into personal development, then I think it's our duty right now to actually give attention to what you can do. How can you show up? How can you turn up? And it's not always in action. It's not always in doing something. It's in just holding a good mental attitude. And what you'll find is everything in your life will start to change. If you start having positive thoughts, positive feelings, backing it with positive actions, you'll start to see the obstacles, the problems, the struggles, the pains, they'll start to drift away. How many times have you maybe said, oh, I've got to do something, and you maybe haven't done it, and you've come back later and it's kind of sorted itself out? Well, that's how the universe works. And I want to invite you today that if you've got something on your mind, if you're worried about something, if something isn't going the way that you want, my advice would be let it go. Stop feeding it. Stop thinking about it. Stop worrying about it. Stop taking actions or lack of actions. Let it go. Now, I know that can sometimes seem too easy and too good to be true. And when I say let go, I want to explain that, because sometimes people can think, oh, that's really silly. You got to be focused. You gotta know what's going on in the world, or you've got to, be sensible or realistic. And I do not think that what I'm telling you is silly or unrealistic, but I'm also not saying that if you've got something going on in your life that you can just kind of go, la, 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 I'm not going to think about it. Okay, you can't ignore something if it is active in your life. You may have to deal with it. But what I'm trying to get across to you is deal with it in a better attitude. That's the difference. I'm not saying ignore what's going on and retreat into a little bubble of your own. I mean, I live in a bubble. I love my bubble. But I'm also very aware of what's going on. But the difference is I choose how I respond. I choose the attitude in which I look at problems. I get problems all the time. I get struggles all the time. I'm seeing the same things in the world that you're seeing. But the difference is in the attitude, the thoughts, the feelings, and the actions in which you look at something. When you change the way you look at something, the thing you're looking at starts to change. Dr. Wayne Dyer taught us that. And it's so true. So my thing to you today would be, get clear on what's annoying you. Get clear on what's bothering you. Then ask yourself, what is my attitude towards it? What are my thoughts? What are my feelings? And what actions am I taking? And you see, when you start to analyze how you are either reacting or responding to this given situation, you will be able to self-diagnose where the problem is. You'll actually be able to see why this situation is perpetuating in your life, why it keeps coming back to you. Anything that represents you will represent to you. So today, do this assessment and you might see, actually, I have been worrying about that, Kim. I have been thinking negative about that. I've been having a sick feeling in my stomach and I haven't been taking action. Well, there's where we start. Now, I'm not saying the pain magically goes away. I'm not saying that suddenly you just stop all worrying. That would be ridiculous for me to ever say that. But there's a process that you could learn that could stop you from worrying. I don't have worries as much anymore. I get them, for sure. I'd be lying if I didn't. But I know what to do to change my thinking process to help me either come up with a solution, because if there's a problem, there's always a solution, or I've shifted my perception of the problem, that it is now no longer holding me ransom. The problem is outside of me. This is why I'm obsessed with teaching people who you truly are. Because when you know who you are, and you have that true understanding of who you are, not what somebody might think or what even you think, but when you realize that you're actually perfect, when you actually realize that underneath all this virus code, aka negative beliefs and habits, that there is a perfection within you, that's when things start to get good. That's when you stop beating yourself up. That's when you stop looking outside of yourself for answers. That's when you stop blaming circumstance. If you are blaming the world, the economy, friends, family, partners for things in your life, you're looking at it the wrong way. And it's going to cause more pain, because blame does not set up a positive vibration. It's a negative vibration. So if you're blaming, or you're saying, well, I'm not doing too good because of this, I would ask you to just stop and think, should I maybe change how I look at this? Because if it's my problem, it can't be somebody else's fault. Now, that's a big one to take on board, but I just want you to play with the idea. You're the solution to your problems. That's what we're teaching all week inside the Success Solution. And I'm only here today on a Monday. As you know, I come in live every week. But again, if any of these things have resonated with you and you haven't joined, come and join us. Whether that's for free, because we've made this absolutely accessible to everybody. But my honest, truthful opinion would be come VIP. It's only £47. It gets you all the extras. It gets you time with me and Q&As at the end of the week. It gets you the workbook. It gets you your own training portal. My goodness, we've had hundreds and hundreds. In fact, we've had nearly 2,500 people in this event. And it's just incredible to see people going, oh, that makes sense. Oh, that makes sense. And we're only on day one. So trust me when I say there's perfection within you. Trust me when I say if there's problems, there's solutions. And trust me when I say you're the success solution. And also trust me that if you come and spend this time with us this week, even if you're working, you can get the replays if you're VIP. So do not let any excuse. There's no excuses on this planet that you could possibly give me that would be good enough. Okay? If you're working, no problem. Watch the replays. If you can't afford it, then that tells me that you need it even more, but you could come in for free. If you don't use Facebook, that's okay. We've got you covered. We've got a training portal. If you, I don't know, like there's nothing that I could possibly think to why you would not want to do this. And if you don't have time, again, this is why you need to do it. I'm going to be teaching how to actually create more time. Now, that's a bit of a play on words. Time is time, okay? You don't really control time. You control your activities. And what I'm going to be showing this week is how we can stop spinning plates, stop self-sabotaging, stop worrying, and actually start to get clarity, order, understanding, and faith. Because there's never been a better time for us to have faith. And I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about a faith, a knowingness, a real internal security. And that's not in a job, and that's not in anything outside of ourselves. It's within us. So trust me when I say it is not a coincidence that you're here listening to me. And if you don't know who you are and you'd love to understand that more, then make the decision now. Come and join us for the rest of the week. As I say, we've just kicked off today, and it's been incredible. Some of the people have been coming back going, oh my goodness, Kim, the bonuses alone inside the portal have blown us away. I've got recordings, I've got audios around some of the laws of the universe, which is, this is really good. Like thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds worth of content is available to you right now. If you just stop, pause, think, and go, could there be a better way? Could there be a solution? Could there be a step-by-step process? And I'm telling you now, there is. But I'm never going to convince you of that until you see it for yourself. So, guys, have a wonderful week. Step back and ask yourself, am I going to have a good attitude this week? Maybe already, with it being Monday, maybe even last night, at the end of Sunday, you were thinking, oh, this is going to be a pretty busy week, or it's going to be this, or it's going to be that, or maybe you're like, oh, it's going to be a great week. Whatever you've thought, that's what's going to happen. So be very mindful that your attitude is creating your results, and the way that you think, feel, and act about a thing is what's going to come back at you, and whatever you give energy to grows. So don't give any more energy to the problem. Start to ask yourself, what could I come up with a solution? I know that if there's a problem, there's always a solution. So what are better questions that I could ask myself that would help me? Like, if I knew the solution, what would I be doing next? If I knew the solution, how would I be feeling? And then get into that feeling. All right? I'm not going to stay here very long. I've been here for 18 minutes. I'm going to go. But guys, we have an incredible week happening. We're just about to kick off with some more inside the Success Solution Facebook group and portal. So if you are in the Success Solution, we've got Lindsay and Siobhan Crothers, one of our incredible clients who's been through our programs. They're going on at 3, and then at 3:30 we have an active implementation session where we're actually going to help you work through your attitude and the questions that we covered today. So if you haven't been on, get your VIP ticket. And if you don't decide to join us, that's up to you. But just ask yourself, why? Even try and come up with a good reason why you wouldn't want to hear this. Because I believe everybody is searching for a better way. All right. So guys, happy Monday. Have a great week, whatever you get up to. I know we will inside the Success Solution. We want to invite you and see you there. It is not too late. You'll get the replays if you go VIP. And this is going to be a life-changing week. It really is. And I do not say that to create some hype. I know this is going to be a life-changing week for anybody that makes a decision that's going to be. So Whether you're in or whether you're not, have a great week. It's my pleasure to always come in here and serve. If there are certain topics you'd love me to talk about, comment below, let me know. And we'll always be here to serve you in the best way that we can. All right? Have a great day, guys. Talk soon. Bye-bye.